Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Tier 8 Premium Russian Cruiser, the Mikhail Kutuzov, or just Kutuzov. Now, my captain skills are Priority Target, Expert Marksman, Bigger Smoke Clouds, More Fires, Concealment, and Advanced Fire Training. My modules are Protect My Main Batteries, Longer AA, Damcom 1, Get Up to Speed and Slow Down Faster, and Concealment. Now, as you can see, we are on trap here, and myself and my division mate decide to go to A, just because I feel the southern team, their best bet is usually A, B, while the northern team is actually B and C, but good luck getting anybody on a northern team to actually do that. Now, I am not running Hydro because I prefer defensive fire over Hydro, and luckily for me, I do have it because there is a carrier. Now, as you can see in chat here, somebody's saying somebody has to babysit our Lexington. Public service announcement. If you did not know, once you get to a Tier 8 in your carrier, you now have the cruiser consumable of defensive AA fire. And that's what I'm trying to tell them. Lexington has defensive AA. Number 2, it's a Lexington. Most Lexingtons don't run strike. And if they do run strike, I hope they know how to avoid getting nuked. Now, this guy has a fighter. So, as soon as somebody sees that he has a fighter, this guy should be smart enough to realize if he's getting sniped or not to bring his fighters back. If he doesn't, he deserves to die. But of course, our North Carolina is telling me I'm an idiot and that somebody needs to look out for him. So our top tier battleship is going to babysit a freaking aircraft carrier. Now, as you can see, we are getting a little bit aggressive with our push here, but I kind of wanted to get up here and get here early to support the destroyer, to get behind this island and use this island as cover and just bombard anything in B. Now, unfortunately, my div mate is going to make a big mistake here, and it's going to cost him. He doesn't slow down in time for this destroyer. So, spoiler, my poor division mate is not going to last very long. But he's going to do something extremely beneficial, helpful, and, this could be the difference right off the bat as far as enemy team. He's going to hit radar.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
And, then we're just going to go to town on this DD. Now, unfortunately, he eats an awful lot of torps. I believe this carrier is going after the DD, so I don't decide to pop my defensive fire because, I thought it was going after the DD. I should have hit my defensive fire because it would have saved my division mate. His death is kind of my fault because I think, say, hey, let's push up a little bit, let's be aggressive. Obviously, I'm going to hit my smoke and start pummeling battleships. So, Silver, if you are watching this, I'm sorry. But, that's the chance you take with playing cruisers aggressively, is it doesn't take very much to end your life. Now, of course, I'm going to do what Kutuzovs are known for. Sit and smoke and just spam HE. The other thing I'm going to do is try to sit at max range while spamming HE. Just so I can easily dodge any sort of shells coming inbound. Now, luckily for us that we did get A, because you can see we don't have any other caps. For whatever reason, most of the team is sitting in the back. And, oh look, a top tier battleship. It's still babysitting a freaking aircraft carrier. Using my torpedoes for two things. To see what the guy's doing, and to see if I can eventually get torps out on him. Smoke cloud's ending. But I'm going to sit here and see if I can use concealment or just the natural islands to mask me while I continue to shoot stuff. I get a little bit worried about the battleship there. Move forward just a little bit more. I see the North Carolina. It's got one fire. I'm going to try to set more fires on him. But then I kind of decide, you know what, if he's got one fire, I'm just going to let it burn. You know, might as well try to maximize my damage from that one fire. Still trying to play a little sneaky here with these guys here. But our Bismarck kind of just goes, lack of better terms, he just goes for it and gets a little bit overextended. And it's something I usually do. But I'm going to try to move up to try to help him out. Now, I don't exactly want to be showing broadside to any of these guys. So I'm going to try to just go bowing a little bit. Luckily for me, I don't take very much damage from the New Orleans. But it's kind of at this point where I go, okay, I'm going to stop shooting. My smoke's going to be back relatively soon. So I'm just going to get to the edge of this mountain. Hopefully I'll disappear by then. Slow down and, pop up my smoke. Fortunately for me, I did not get unspotted when my smoke came back. But I'm going to focus fire on this North Gal to try to alleviate some of the pressure from our Bismarck. Now, unfortunately, he's the only one over here that they can see, and it really would be stupid for me to go out there. Now, I don't run IFHE on my Kutuzov because to me it's a little bit of a costly perk. And I just, I know it would help. I know it does help. I just like to keep my fire chances as high as possible, even though really my fire chances are just through the sheer volume of shells I can put in the air. Now, as you can see, it's myself and this Bismarck over here on the ACAP. Now, with the Bismarck being the only ship that they can see to shoot, it's not going to be, he's not going to last very long. Now, what I'm trying to do is actually turn around in my smoke, because at this point I realize I'm going to have to start running. There's going to be no way for me to hold this position. There are just too many enemy ships. Get surprised by these tour planes, pop my defensive fire, focus them down. I got to get rid of them. Really more or less worried about dodging these torps than really shooting at anything right now. And I overturn a little bit too much. Now that all the planes are dead, it's time to get back to me dealing with these ships. Now, as you can see, the team, for the most part, our team completely abandons A, kind of leaves B, and they're making a push to C. Now, I kind of noticed a little bit too late that they were going to C. I switched to AP for the Hipper. Notice he's really not giving me any sort of good side. So I might as well just stick with the HE and burn him down also. Now, what I'm doing is I'm not trying to get all of my guns to bear here. I just need to start running, and I need to turn whenever these battleships do shoot, so I can try to avoid their shots. I'm not too worried about dodging the hipper shots. I'm more worried about dodging the battleships because they will hurt a lot more. The other thing is I'm trying to do is try to delay them in capping A, because you can see right now nobody technically has a cap because, you know, they're capping A, which is the one we had. They had B and C, and as you can see, we're capping that. So I get the reset on the hipper, and now I'm trying to get the reset on the North Cal. Oops, sorry about that, guys. But gonna hit the hipper again, get back to the North Cal, and I'm just gonna keep doing this for as long as I possibly can. Now I just dropped these torps in kind of hopes that, you know, with all the turning, dodging, and everything that is going on, that they're eventually going to possibly hit the hipper. But the other thing is it might get the hipper to maintain a course. Now, as you can see, the hipper actually does a smart thing. He saw that it was showing enough side, and he did switch to AP. Unfortunately, due to my turning, his AP would have just bounced off me. But as you can see here, just by me simply resetting their cap, it's now pretty much a one-on-one cap race, because they're not getting the cap, they're not getting the points. I'm gonna try to hit the battleship that just joined into the cap, but at this point 3 ships is kind of getting a little bit too much. Now I see my smoke, I see our DD here, so I decide, you know what, I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna smoke up, and I'm gonna start dealing with some of these ships. Now, unfortunately, with all of that going on, I wasn't able to reset the cap, and they did get it. Now, I was going to take a shot on the North Carolina. I don't understand why those shots were so low, but it is what it is. But the ship I need to deal with, actually, is the hipper. In case this gentleman has hydro, I do not want this guy getting close to me. Not going to take the chance with him. And the reason I keep zooming out is because I'm looking at my mini-map. And I didn't notice the DD the first time, but once I zoom out this time, I do notice that there is a destroyer rushing my position. And this is when I go, okay, I'm going to drop torps on what I believe this North Carolina is going to do. DD goes dark, and then I said, okay, there's no point in sitting in the smoke, even though I have a couple seconds. The Bunsen has to be dropping torps on me. He would not get this close unless he was going to do that otherwise. Luckily for me, I did start going. He gets spotted by our destroyer, and now this guy is target number 1 for me. I need to get rid of this guy because he can prevent me from doing any sort of maneuvering against the battleships that are behind me. Luckily, I get 2 fires set back up on this guy. Our DD is shooting at him, which is kind of nice. I believe it's kind of he doesn't really have a choice. I.e., he's spotted. He might as well shoot anyways. The Bunsen decides to hit a smoke. I hope our destroyer goes dark, and my fires burn down the Bunsen. Now, with all of that going on, I'm trying to decide who I need to shoot at. I do believe I'm out of the New Orleans range, but as you can see, somebody gets a nice shot in on me. I get a fire on the North Cal, but I need to keep it up. The New Orleans is just falling short, so I have to be really close to the edge of his detection. I noticed there's 3 ships targeting me. So I know one of them's the New Orleans. I do believe I'm out of his range now for sure. So I'm suspecting it's the 2 North Cals and the battleship. The battleship behind. But I need to focus on this North Cal because he is extremely low. But I get my 2 fires. I know his damage comes out. The New Orleans is still failing to hit me. And with the 2 fires, I know that guy's going to burn out. So I'm going to start focusing on the other DD. I probably should have shot at that guy as I get witherer from the fires. But I probably should have shot at him. I might not have taken that damage from him. But as you can see, you know, the team did a nice job of like regrouping, focusing things down on the other side. While I think I did a fairly good job of kiting these guys. I kept at least 3 ships focused on me, shooting me, which means it's 3 ships that wasn't shooting at teammates. Now, as you can see, I'm playing the max range game because I don't have I don't have the smoke, I don't have the health. This guy's just not gonna be able to get any decent hits on me, especially with all the turning I am doing. Now, as you can see, only 1 ship is targeting me. I do believe there is a cruiser and the battleship here are the only 2 left. Now, the stupid North Carolina is going to call out this poor BB for, oh look, he's not being helpful, he's been useless. You know what? He did a lot more than the North Cal did, babysitting a carrier. You know what? Wow, the guy shot down 16 planes. Well, I shot down 18. But, you know what? We might not be in the situation that we're in if this guy actually just ponied up and played his battleship instead of babysitting a carrier. Really don't need to subject you guys to me just doing wiggle. This guy missing with his shots. I am going to survive this battle. It is going to be with extremely low health. I do believe this is the health I do end the battle. So at this point, we're just going to go check out the post-battle results. 115,000 damage. Arsonist, Witherer, First Blood, 4 ships, 17 base defense. Number 1 on the team with 2,700. And of course, the 18 planes shot down. Oh look, a premium made money. It's what they do. 49,000 damage coming from my main batteries. All of that HE. 1 secondary hit. Oh, that's kind of ironic, but 66,000 damage coming from the fires I did set. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. We do appreciate all the support you guys give us. Please keep your replays coming in. The description is in the email is in the description. And remember, compliment good teamwork, good team players. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.